Thanks for gathering, everybody. I appreciate that. This is one of those special occasions that I really relish, despite the fact that they're getting very expensive. We are here to celebrate the 20th anniversary of a guy who is truly one of the nicest people you'll ever want to work with. These remarks are by Chris Smith, so if they turn out not to be funny, it's not his fault, it's my fault. 20 years ago, a running buddy of mine at the Cooper Center named Rob said he had this son who didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, and he needed a job. So I said, sure. Figuring this long-haired, Viking-looking guy would stay with us for a little while, and then take off and go on tour with Slayer. 20 years later, he's still here, and has gone from making radio dubs on cassette to being a seasoned audio engineer. Please join me in congratulating Richards Outpost veteran, epic guitar shredder, and all-round great guy, Matt Brooks. Now, Matt has planned for his 20th anniversary trip to coincide with his honeymoon after his May 2016 wedding, when he will marry our very own Brooke Dudgeon. I realize that I'm the last person to know in this agency. I didn't even know they were dating. And it once again proves just how peaceable this peaceable kingdom is. Matt's original choice for his trip was the Wacken Open Air Heavy Metal Festival in Germany, featuring such household musical names as Cannibal Corpse, Beheaded, Nuclear Assault, and something in Norwegian that translates roughly to Satan's Goat Mistress. But Brooke urged for somewhere more honeymoon appropriate. So Matt wisely opted for a 10-day dream vacation in the islands of Tahiti and Bora Bora, where, yeah, see, somebody agrees with you. Okay. The year-round average temperature is 79 degrees, and that's the air and the water temperature. So day one, after a long flight during which Matt will amuse himself by repeatedly introducing his new bride as Brooke Brooks, the two will arrive at the Intercontinental Tahiti Resort. It's situated on a picturesque lagoon straight out of Gilligan's Island, except with better restaurants and more bars. Considering this is the start of their honeymoon, the rest of that day's itinerary is none of our business. Day two, ready for adventure. The Brookses will board a 56-foot high-speed catamaran for a luxury voyage to the neighboring island of Moorea, which Matt at first thought was the place with the volcano where Frodo destroyed the One Ring, which would be so metal. But he will be pleased to discover that this Moorea is, in fact, a bright green gem that looks like what you'd find if you Googled Island Paradise. They will spend the next 3 days and nights exploring the island's gleaming white sand beaches, snorkeling, kayaking, swimming with dolphins, swimming up to bars for Mai Tais, and then retiring to their private overwater bungalow, complete with thatched roof, to watch the sun set slowly into the South Pacific. Day 5, Matt and Brooke will board an even smaller boat and head to an even smaller island, Raiatea, for 2 nights in yet another spectacular overwater suite in the Tahaha Resort and Spa. This is the least developed island in French Polynesia, and the happy couple will revel in local food and the laid-back island culture. They'll spend day 6 on a guided tour and cruise, 4x4 cruise of the island, looking over the turquoise lagoons and eating exotic fruits right off the trees. At this point, Matt will begin seriously contemplating if Mark Murray can handle the entire recording workload. Brooke will gently remind him that if he doesn't go back to the office, he can't turn his expense report for this trip. On day 7, they'll hop a short flight to begin the last leg of their already legendary honeymoon. 4 nights in Bora Bora, considered the most romantic island in the world. They'll stay at the breathtaking Intercontinental Bora Bora Resort and Thalasso Spa. Their suite, over water of course, will include a glass wall overlooking the lagoon and a glass coffee table offering a direct view into the lagoon to watch sea turtles and tropical fish swim by. On day 10, their carry-on bags loaded with seashells and tiki idols for Brooke's son Jack, they'll board the long flight back to Dallas. They'll then return to work, tanned, rested, and full of stories to share with 705 of the palest, most envious people in advertising today, the Richards Group. Matt, that's your trip, and hope you really enjoy it. Would you like to take over?
I better know how to use this by now, right? I think so. First of all, I wanted to introduce you guys to some very special people. You know Brooke, first of all. Her son, Jack. My dad, Rob, and my stepmother, Mary, who came in all the way from Colorado for my birthday yesterday. I turned 43, and for this today, so. They're my security blanket here, so they need to make me.
Where did Mary get to?
Oh, my stepmom's sneaking up on me here. First of all, just Chris, thank you. You did great, and Stan, thank you very much. Quick correction, though. I actually, for the trip, wanted to go to Pizza, but Brooke said that wasn't a real place, so we're going to. Okay, I get it. As the people whose patience and sanity and blood pressure I maxed out for a long time, I know this means a lot to them, so it's kind of a vicarious victory for them. So, all right, here are my notes. When I look back at both where my life was and who I was when I started here in the mailroom in August of 1995, it's safe to say that I never would have imagined then that I'd still be here 2 decades later. Apparently neither would Stan. Much less that over the course of those 2 decades, this place and its extended culture would have provided me with so much. Number 1, a set of career skills which ultimately paved the way to me both realizing and now occupying my ideal job, my dream job. It really is. It's amazing. Thanks in large part to my dear friend and mentor, Mark Murray, a.k.a. the skipper to my Gilligan. And it's pretty accurate. If Mark had that captain's hat, he would have been smacking me for a long time, probably for good reason. Number 2, many people who I now consider to be amongst my best friends, and I really do have so many great friends here, have developed so many great relationships over the years. I'll hunch you a little bit like this. And countless memories over the last 20 years. Countless mainly because I used to drink a lot more than I do now, so I can't really count them. But Chris can sympathize with that, he knows. Number 3, a wacky, in a great way, ongoing adventure in a hair metal tribute band. Let me share a quick side note, just my perspective on Stan Halen and kind of what that's been. A series of Seinfeld episodes that I've been in with 5 and sometimes 6 other people, basically. Chris will tell you, that's pretty much it. The Nikki Sixx thing at the old building, still the most bizarre day of my entire life. I can't believe that happened. I was standing there going, I'm in tights or spandex in front of all these people. And Nikki's it was very fun. Number 4, and by far most importantly, the most amazing soon-to-be wife and stepson that I could ever ask for. Stan, I promise that wasn't premeditated. Sometimes you go to an after-work happy hour that you really had no intention of going to in the first place, and the next thing you know, bam, you have a family. I think usually that happens probably a lot, but in a whole different way, but we won't go there. In short, my time here at the Richards Group is proof that life is nothing if not unpredictable, and not a day goes by that I don't wake up feeling incredibly grateful for the tremendous patience, you can bold and italicize that one for sure, support and friendship that all of you have shown me over the years. You've consistently inspired me, challenged me to grow, evolve, find my confidence, and simply become a better man overall, and for that I am truly honored. Thank you. Last thing, just to Stan, I'm sorry for breaking the inter-office dating rule, but at the same time, thanks for paying for the honeymoon.
Thank you, Matt. Let's give Matt, Brooke, and the family an enormous round of applause, and then let's go have fun.